as long as we're at it, let's take a look at the old drainage pump here at Ogle. Sign says It's Gaisuko's Ogle drainage pump. Let's see how that works. So there's a little canal here at the mouth of the pump. So you can see there are two of them. Remember, all of this used to be sugarcane fields, right? So the land was often flooded for irrigation, and then the water was removed from the land for drainage. This is one of the pump stations, the old pump stations, that brought the water out of the local canals. And this is another pump station. So this is the other pump station. That pumps the water out to the ocean. And this little reservoir here is a catchment for water coming off of the land from various canals. Right, that's a road into Ogle Airport and Ogle Estates. And this pump station pumps waters off of the land into this catchment, and then that water gets pumped out towards the Atlantic Ocean by these spiral pumps. Now these are simply long spiral blades, one end of which is in the water and the other end along a canal that simply impels the water and pumps it through to the other side. So this is what the old pump stations used to look like for the airport. This is the old pump station here at Ogle. And warning, these pump stations are being replaced now by the new electric pumps. Like I said in this last video, there are about 36 of these pump stations are being built along the coast. Water comes out on the other side of the pump station here. Right, that's the water coming out on the other side of this pump station. And that water flows out to the Atlantic Ocean. And it's necessary because if this is not done, the water sits on the land, eventually creating stagnant pools for mosquitoes, breeding mosquitoes and other vermin. And more importantly, especially in the rainy season, without these pump stations, all of this area would flood because the coast is several feet, about 7 feet below sea level. Of course, this doesn't apply to the whole country. Some people think that the whole country is 7 feet below sea level. No, it's only the coast to about maybe 5 miles inland. Beyond those 5 miles, it's above sea level, and by the time you get to Timeri, it's about 25 meters or about 80 feet above sea level. So by the time you get to Timeri Airport sits on a plateau of land that is about 80 feet above sea level. So when I talk about building tunnels at Timeri, people were reacting with a gasp. Isn't Guyana below sea level? No, Guyana is not below sea level. And Timeri is 80 feet above sea level, 81 feet above sea level, so you can actually build tunnels at Timeri. You can build a tunnel under the river, under the Demerara River at Timeri. And you can build tunnels under the airport tarmac at Timeri. But this is what's happening here at the coast, because the coast up to about 5 miles inland is below sea level. This is also the most fertile part of the country, right, where all the agriculture is going on. So that's why there's still a lot of money being spent on maintaining the land by draining water off of it. But this is what's happening here, guys, and this is the old pump station at Ogle. The new pump station is at the end of this canal at the seawall. We've seen that in the previous video. Right, that's the new pump station. And there's several more like that the government is paying upwards of 350 million to 865 million a pop, in other words, for each one of them. And we saw the new one at Liliendal that's going over the wall. But that's the story about pump stations, old pump stations and new pump stations in Guyana. And why it's important is because climate change is real, and the coming of water and the need to manage water in future is important. That's a plane, probably from Ogle, flying over the land, flying west, and more planes all around coming off of Ogle Airport at this time. But that's what's up, guys. This was happening in this neck of the woods. If you want to see more content like this, click like, subscribe. These are the two old pump stations here at Ogle Airport that was used to manage the water, the drainage of water from the land. And we've seen in a couple of videos previously the new pump stations that are being built. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing economy in the world, Guyana. Later!